What is going on, y'all? You know me, Rob Westerman III of GBP Daily. Thank you for tapping into a quick look at when Micah Parsons will be able to return next year from his torn ACL. And as of today, December 18th, he has yet to have surgery on it, which is not unusual. I do expect it to happen at some point over the next week. And a big shout out to Rob Domofsky for putting this article together. You can see the link to his article in the description of this video, putting this timeline out, comparing it to past Packers. It is good stuff. So let's dive in here. If Micah's timeline is similar to the other Packers that have underwent the same surgery, he could be looking at just missing the first 3 games of next season. Christian Watson to start. He's the latest to suffer a torn ACL, and he was back within 294 days after his injury, which is the fastest return when comparing it to the last 3 Packers players with the same injury. If Micah is on the same timeline as Christian, he would be back in week 4 of next season. So I do think that's a pretty high bar to reach, but for Micah Parsons, I don't think that is unreachable. So if he follows the Christian Watson timeline of 294 days, he would be back in week 4 of next year, only missing 3 games. Next up is Rashawn Gary. He tore his ACL on November 6th during the 2022 season, and this would happen earlier in the year. So Rashawn might have been able to return quicker than the 308 days that it did take him to get back. That 308 days took him up to the season opener. So maybe if we would have played a week or 2 prior, it would have been shorter. But the Rashawn Gary timeline would mean that Micah would miss the first 4 to 6 games, depending on when the Packers play and what the schedule looks like. Last but not least, Elgton Jenkins. He played 302 days after tearing his ACL. So Christian Watson, 294, Rashawn, 308, and Elgton right in the middle at 302. So he tore his ACL on November 21st during the 2021 season. And similar to Rashawn's timeline, Micah would miss the first 4 or 5 games if he were to come back at the same rate as Elgton did. And maybe I'm being a little too hopeful, but Micah Parsons is a beast, right? And this is no disrespect to Rashawn or Elgton, but I do think he'll be back quicker than both of those guys. I think it's more so on the Christian Watson timeline, the 294 days. I don't think he'll beat it, but I do think and am hoping he'll be back within the first month of the season next year. So overall, brutal reality, right? But one that does Packer fans will have to watch play out. So thanks for hopping in here with me quick. I am live every day on YouTube talking Packers with you fine folks. Could you do me a monster favor? And it's actually pretty simple and it's free. Could you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you again for hopping in, and I'll catch you guys later.